But yes, supporting the channel is always good. Dribbly needs more subs. Oh god, this is going... Okay, I forgot to chat off. So we have Viper once again playing in blue, this time towards the left-hand side of the map, and it is an Aztec war. Ra's favorite. Ra really likes Aztec wars, but then again, so does Viper, so this should make for an interesting matchup. Ra playing under the name KGB Venom towards the right-hand side of the map, and he is Canadian by the way, guys, and to put it into perspective, what are the current ratings? Viper's close to he's 2K4, let me just check quickly. 2,462, I could have checked in game, I don't know why I tabbed out. Anyway, and Ra is 2K3 in terms of his, you know, what the rating is, but as for the accuracy of the ratings, well, I have no clue. I haven't seen Ra playing in a while, and well, Viper seems to be in good form today, at least. And as I said earlier, Aztec War, we're gonna see any boar steals? Doubt it. I think they'd probably call it boring if it happened, and we might see crying if it happens, so let's not have any laming in this game and just have a nice Aztec War where hopefully people do not just rush wall and boom. But what I'm expecting is definitely a drush, maybe a fake drush from one of the players, depending on how wallable their map is. I mean, quick look at Viper's map, it is quite wallable. He can wall across here and like this, but his main gold is in a very awkward position for him to wall. Yeah, that might be a bit of a problem. For some reason is scouting out. Oh, he is stealing boar. Okay, so it is a boar steal from Viper. I thought he wasn't going to. Are we going to see crying? We're going to see whining. We're going to see something controversial either way. He's taking that pig, as a lot of players like to call it, back home to his TC, where it will be happily eaten by his villagers. And Ra is now chasing his boar, maybe thinking about a counter steal. Both of Viper's boar are in the same place though, so it could be quite difficult for him to do that. Drush, 5 militia drush expected. Ooh, gonna take some damage with the hill bonus there. The pig, the boar getting that hill bonus against the eagle warrior, but still not taking much damage at all for a boar steal. Only down to 30 health on his eagle warrior. Definitely worth it for Viper here. And for laming, it's as much about denying your opponent as it is about actually getting the extra food income. And in these games, I would say even more so about denying your opponent of that 350 food. Well, with Rot, a little less. But it looks like Ra, well, having a look at his deer patch, he can push 3 deer in from here towards the back, and that would make up for the lost boar. But, you know, it's a twofold effect. You get extra food and your opponent gets less food. So I am pretty sure he's going to go for that deer. Now what is Viper doing? I guess he's looking for his last 2 sheep. A bit of idle time though, with his TC there. For Viper, he didn't have 50 food to create a vill while that boar was coming in, so he is a little behind in terms of population. 1 pop behind, 17 to 18 population right now. Ra starting to push in his first deer to make up for that lost boar, and Viper bringing in his second boar as well now. And will we see him even drush? That is the question. It does look like he is starting to wall up his map, and there we go, there's the barracks from him. Ra also dropping his barracks now. Missed talking about the maps because I was busy, you know, looking at the boar lure, the boar steal rather. But Ra's got his berries forward, his main gold is really far forward as well. It's on top of a hill, not too much of a big deal in Castle Age. Ra asking if he stole the boar, yes. When he can drop a TC in front of that, and Viper says of course. Okay, well, second deer coming in now for Ra, and he'll pretty much have made up for the lost boar soon with the 2 deer. Making up 280 food, so still 70 food short, but once the last deer comes in, he'll be fine. He has a nice wood line here towards the right-hand side of his TC. I'm not sure about the lumber camp placement, since when you're drushing, you're not going to build a second lumber camp. Maybe it would have been better just to drop it more in the middle of that forest, and that would have meant that, you know, he gets better saturation all the way across that line. Viper's not too bad. I don't know where else he could have placed it, which would have been better, since he does want to go for the wood towards the forest towards the back of his base, and he's also got the main gold in that area, so definitely where he wants to have most of his villagers working to keep them nice and safe, especially with the rush to be expected. Kind of surprising that he's kind of just built houses but not completed a palisade wall or anything like that, and it looks like... he's doing a fake rush. Okay. So I did mention the fact that we might see a fake rush. This is a fake rush from Viper. He's just got his barracks garrisoned up with a single militia so that Ra will think that he's rushing, and then he'll probably... I'm not sure how he's going to wall this with the main gold. And Ra now saying ready. It looks like a bit of a pause. Okay, there we go. And a bit of a scuffle there with the Eagle Warriors, of course, with Viper losing so much health, stealing the boar. His Eagle Warrior's on quite low health now, and he's not going to continue walling up, interestingly enough. The drush coming in from Ra now, does he plan on fighting it with just villagers, or what's the plan? Okay, he's making extra militia now, so he's going men-at-arms in Feudal Age. This is, interesting play. I haven't seen this. I guess he's just going to be, taken off berries. He can wall those villagers in on the gold very easily, so that's not a problem. He might be forced off berries, but he does still have 3 sheep under the TC, so that's not, you know, the biggest deal in the world, and he does have 4 militia of his own now, and is on 66% of the way up to Feudal Age, so he'll be perfectly safe. Just something a little different, I guess. I like it. He will be transitioning into archers if you look at the wood count, so it's a drush flush, also able to wall these villagers in on the lumber camp really easily, so very, very nice placement of buildings, really, for Viper. It means that it's so easy for him to quickly micro-wall everything in and keep all of his resources and everything else safe. Let's have a look at and see if he decides to do so. Nope, Ra is scared. So he's just keeping Ra away with his militia right now, and he is getting men-at-arms as expected. Where are the archery ranges? Or did he not get them? He's forwarding. Okay, there we go. Double archery ranges forward for Viper, and the men-at-arms upgrade now complete. That's going to force Ra's drush away now. There's just no way that he can win this. He's going to chase down the Eagle Warrior, but it runs into the TC, and now these men-at-arms are going to kill off all of these militia from Ra without much micro at all. 6 damage, 45 health to 40 health, and 4 damage. Very easy fight there for Viper. Double archery range and even a blacksmith coming up forward now, right next to, pretty much next to the main gold of Ra. He's going to be able to do a lot of damage. He's making skirmishes first since he doesn't have the gold yet, and interesting to go full trash. He's not adding any more villagers on gold, so I guess it's just going to be full skirmishes from him. And with Ra having the double archery range going up now, I guess this could be quite effective. He's going to spend the gold on fletching, and he's going to even drop a tower in front of these 2 archery ranges. If he gets that tower up, these 2 archery ranges are going to be pretty much useless, and it doesn't, I don't think it quite reaches the gold, but it's going to be very annoying. Oh, okay, he deletes the tower. I guess he's happy with forcing Ra to drop the tower on his main gold, and he's thinking about attacking elsewhere. He has done pretty good scouting of Ra's base. He knows where the berries and the gold is. He knows that Ra is not taking the forest towards the left-hand side rather, so he's probably taking wood towards the right-hand side instead. And that's exactly what's happening here. So Ra's gonna quickly wall up here. There we go, with palisades and a house, and Viper's gonna head towards... This is interesting. It's not quite the right spot. Okay. There we go. So he's gonna drop the tower on the other side of the main gold, and it looks like Ra should be able to defend. He's bringing in a lot of villagers. He's got almost as many skirmishes, no fletching though, so the tower should go down pretty quickly from Viper. He still has, okay, three vills there, but the men-at-arms now coming in, and Ra's got to run. Those men-at-arms are really, really powerful in Feudal Age, pretty much like the Knights of Feudal Age. Skirmishes are okay against them, but they're going to wreck these villagers so quickly. Viper's got to be careful, make sure that his tower doesn't go down, but those villagers are dying really quickly already, plus the skirmishes firing down on them. Actually, not too bad. The skirmishes clean up those men-at-arms pretty quickly. I'm kind of surprised at how quickly they clean them up, and it looks like Viper's Tower will go down. Nice defense by Ra. He did have to invest a lot of villagers into it though, so just something to consider as well. Population-wise, both players quite close to each other. Ra also being forced off of gold. Viper just going to continue walking around and start taking stone without defending his villagers. That's an interesting choice. Okay, going to change the location of the mining camp. And now with those skirmishes there, he's able to force Ra away since he does have fletching and Ra does not. Now, making the transition into archers, having a quick look at his economy back at home. Only 3 on gold, so he's still going to be mainly making skirmishes. And just mixing in a few archers when he can. That means a little less food being spent, and he can probably click up a little earlier the earlier he goes in. That's a house. Not sure if he meant to drop a house instead of a mining camp. Can't tell. Anyway, it's a house on the stone instead of a mining camp. I didn't even click it. I just assumed it was a mining camp. But that's very interesting. I'm not sure if Viper's noticed either. It's just a house on the stone there instead of a mining camp. Viper now with fully upgraded Feudal Age skirmishes. A Syracuse. The tower cleaned up the men-at-arms? Really? I didn't even see it. My bad. Oh, he didn't notice. Okay, so mining camp now on the stone as well for Viper. Nice micro by Ra though. He's picking off a lot of these skirmishes from Viper without actually losing any of his own. He does have a larger army though, so it does make sense. And he does have less upgrades though. Not having the +1 armor. And Viper now forced to bring those 3 villagers back home. Ra actually getting ahead in terms of population. Gonna have a quick look at resources. Ra also ahead in terms of wood and gold, but quite far behind in terms of food. He is making the transition into archers now as well. Same thing as Viper. Viper does have wheelbarrow on the way. Not sure if Ra has wheelbarrow. Did not check. And I can't be bothered checking because then I have to look away from the game. It looks like this forward from Viper likely to do not much more damage. If I were Ra now with the... Oh no, he's gonna find Viper's 3 villagers here. Ra going to clean these 3 forward villas up because Viper's not paying attention. And he's gonna lose at least 1 or 2... He's gonna lose 1. There's no way he's gonna save that. And now he's gonna split the remaining 2 up just to try and save them. But he will... Nope, he's gonna save 1 maybe? Kinda hard to tell, but this one definitely gonna make its way home. The Maleville, I don't know. Kinda hard to tell. He also needs to wall up here. Nope. Okay, just gonna run home. And it looks like Viper's gonna bring his army back home to defend. And now it's Ra's turn to be aggressive. Viper adding in extra vills to gold now, getting ready to click up to Castle Age. Oh, what's that vill doing? That vill is in danger. Okay, so he's just making sure that there are no gaps in between the houses. And looks like he gets away with it. Kind of surprised. And clicking up to Castle Age now for Viper. Ra's still quite far away from Castle Age. And I'm not sure how he managed to adjust his economy, but very nice economy adjustment by Viper. Unfortunately for him, now he's being forced to bring everything back to the TC as those skirmishes arrive in his base. He is able to force them away with his TC. They're not really willing to run past that, and dropping a market as well just to prevent the skirmishers from making their way around. But Viper is now off of gold for now. He's forced to build a new lumber camp towards the other side of the map, and it looks like those wolves are going to be a nuisance as well. So, a bit annoying for Viper to deal with, but, you know, such is life. Is he gonna drop another mining camp here? I guess, yep, he's gonna start taking his secondary gold instead, and more than halfway up to Castle Age. Ra not far behind. It looks like he did buy his way up to Castle Age as well with his market. 30% up to Castle Age with a larger skirmisher army, and as Aztecs I'm pretty much expecting a siege workshop, and that's pretty much the only solution you have to skirmishes. Usually you might see something like knights, but Meso Civs, unfortunately not an option, and now Viper's going to run into those skirmishes with those villagers. Little unfortunate for him, and he's forced to pull those vills off of that secondary gold as well. Can't really fight since his army is mainly archers for now, and he doesn't want to because he wants to get crossbow first. So losing another 2 villagers there, maybe a third. Nope, not going to lose the third. And now he's going to get crossbow upgrade as well as bodkin arrow, and then he'll be able to deal with these skirmishes. So many vills waltzing, yeah. Okay, now crossbow is complete. Viper might lose a few more villagers here at the lumber camp. Oh, this is so bad for him. He's actually gonna just fight with it while he brings his crossbows in to fight, and he's gonna micro those crossbows, use those vills to kind of harass those skirmishes as well, forcing them away. Let's have a look at what Ra's doing. He's coming in towards the right hand side with even more archers, and he's going to do a lot of damage because Viper currently has no army there, he has no siege there, he has nothing defending his economy. Towards the right hand side he's got about 8 villagers on gold and another 2 on stone, as well as a villager building the siege workshop. Gonna be a big hit to Viper's economy as those archers come in. 1 down, 2 down, 3 vills down, trying to finish the siege workshop rather. 4, 5 dead villagers, 6, 7, maybe 6, 7 dead villagers, and Ra also having crossbow upgrade now as well. Those skirmishes, elite skirmishes now, heading back to the lumber camp. Ra is playing this really well actually. Viper is really struggling this game. He's 47 to 68 population. He's been on the back foot the whole game. I mean, he tried something a little interesting with the men-at-arms, but unfortunately it didn't work. It was a really good idea, I liked it, but the execution a little lacking, I suppose. Adding in an eagle warrior now just to deal with those elite skirmishers, trying to chase down Ra's crossbows as well, making a mangonel to defend, but this is, oh, second mining camp right next to the first, interesting. And his forward, well, that didn't really work out for him as well. He is now more than 20 population behind. He's had so much idle time. We have a look at what Ra's doing. Ra's dropping a university back at home. He's got stone walls defending his economy. He's got tower. He's got all of his military buildings protecting his main gold. And he's dropping a second TC. Unfortunately, this second TC is right in the path of Viper. And Viper will find it, so that's going to be 4 dead vills for Ra there. But still nothing compared to what Viper has lost so far. Not even 4 dead vills. Viper wasn't paying attention, so Ra just gets denied, or at least delayed on that second TC. He's going to come in and find another, I don't know, 7 vills here on the secondary gold of Viper. Still 2 vills left. Oh, nice quick stone wall from him. He's going to save at least 5 of those villagers, but still going to lose 2 of those villagers. And bringing his mangonel forward as well. That's going to help him deal with the elite skirmisher combination. Crossbow combination rather, that Ra's going for, and also delaying that siege workshop. That's kind of big. Delaying the siege workshop is a problem for Ra. He's got 1 vill working on it still, so that's fine, not a big deal. And 1 mangonel left for Viper. Pretty sure he has Town Watch. Gonna have a quick look at Fog of War. Actually, that doesn't look like, can't tell if that's Town Watch view with Town Watch or not. Maybe not. What's he doing? Extra barracks. So Viper's going Eagle Warriors in Castle Age. I'm not sure what to think of that. I haven't seen it work very often. I've seen it not work a lot. But Ra now running into 2 mangonels there. I don't know if you want to put yourself there. Viper's mangonel actually killing off one of his own villagers. Kind of unfortunate there. But what can you do? The crossbows were coming in. And they were going to sit in between the mining camp as well as the gold. Let's see. Okay, so second TC being deleted there by Ra. He's going to drop it on his other secondary gold instead. And that's going to keep him nice and safe back at home and give him access to a little more gold. He really wanted to secure some extra gold for himself. Viper going to spread those mangonels out, try and find those crossbows, those pesky crossbows. Unfortunately not going to be successful. Needs a little more stone though in order to make extra TCs, and he is making more and more eagle warriors. I suppose it might be a couple of eagle... Oh wow, I missed that. I guess Ra came back with the crossbows and he ran into 2 mangonels and he lost pretty much all of his crossbows to 2 mangonels, and I don't think he got any damage off, so that's really unfortunate for him. And yeah, I think the eagles could be to deal with the mangonels from Ra, as well as the skirmishes. And it looks like, having a quick look at Ra's resources, well, he's on the way to Imperial Age, so I don't know whether Viper can bring this back anymore. It is 77 population Imperial age, including some military units. But on the other hand, Aztecs are able to get... They're quite cheap, to put it. That's one way of putting it, I guess. They're quite cheap. Bit of a mangonel micro going on, but keep in mind that Ra, of course, does have the hill, but there we go, those Eagle Warriors picking off that mangonel as you would expect. And with the mainly elite skirmisher army composition of Ra, he's not really able to kill off the Eagle Warriors very quickly, so they will be able to pick off the mangonels as they come in. But he has to defend right now. It's all about defending until he gets to Imperial age. If he takes too much damage, then it's going to be big trouble for Ra, but on the other hand, if he survives, then he'll be fine. Viper continuing to try and micro his mangonel there against 2 mangonels from Ra. He gets 1. And let's see if he can get a second here. No, maybe? Nope, it's getting repaired, so a bit difficult for Viper now. Having a look, he's getting handcart back at home as well. Not expecting too much else to be happening until Ra gets to Imperial age now. Viper's gonna head home. Might have to stonewall if he wants to stay in the game, but I don't know. Well, what's he supposed to do in this situation? He's gone Castle Age Eagle Warriors. And Ra is up to Imperial age. I'm pretty sure that he's expecting it because of the timing. It's already 36 minutes, almost 37 minutes in, well, they're almost 38 minutes into the game. But I'm sure he's going to see those barracks being built now and know that Eagle Warriors, elite Eagle Warriors are soon coming. And there we go, Imperial age, not quite enough resources for the elite upgrade for Ra. It does cost, what is it, 800 food and 500-600 gold. So he's waiting for that right now, and once he gets that, he will be clicking the elite upgrade. They are quite a lot stronger when they're elite, and it's also not a very slow upgrade either, so that's going to be troublesome for Viper. Almost having, yes, he should be getting it now. No? Is it more than... Okay, it's 700 gold, apparently. My bad. Never seen me waking up this early. Well, yeah. I slept early last night. So, that's probably why. But it is Imperial Age versus Castle Age. And those Eagle Warriors are gonna be elite soon. And he also has quite a number of them. There we go. Elite Eagle Warrior upgrade now complete for Ra. Those 3 mangonels are basically going to die so quickly. And having a look at Viper, well, he's still nowhere near going Imperial Age. It's going to be such a struggle. He's so behind in terms of eco. He's actually stonewalled the secondary gold to prevent Ra from taking it, but Castle Age Eagles versus Imperial Age Eagles, having a look at the stats, 60 to 50 health, 9 attack to 8 attack. It's actually not that much of a difference, but in terms of melee armor, it's an extra +2 for Elite Eagles as well. And I'm pretty sure we're going to see a GG call once this army is cleaned up. There's not much more that he can do. I would be kind of surprised. Actually, melee armor is the same. It's just pierce armor that's increased. My bad. It's 11 AM. Yeah. But GG anyway. Okay, so military score, Viper ahead, 78 killed to 73 lost, but looks like Ra just, largest army, 29 to 27, and food collected, well, economy-wise, obviously Ra was so far ahead of Viper. 11:45 Feudal, after an interesting, okay, wow, Ra just left. So, 1 game. And I don't know if they're going to play another one. 64 Vils to 49 Vil high. I don't know. Are we going to see another person step up and play Viper now? It's 2-1. World. Who is going to represent the world next? Very outplayed? Yeah. You didn't know Viper could lose. Taff having a bit of fun there. enjoying the games as well. No doubt, I'm sure, Taff. Okay, let's have a look at the game room. Well, specs are still stuck in the game, so no one can actually, up themselves as such. And it looks like Viper isn't willing to spec kick, so we're just gonna have to wait. Maybe give him a bit of a break, and let's have a look at who else is in the game room and can play. Spring, 2K, Artress. Not seeing anyone else, really. Gonna have a quick look in the lobby as well. 22 points awarded to Ra. Well, that's a, a nice little boost there, I guess. Very nice little boost for Ra. Who else is there? Oh, I don't see anyone. Anyone spectating? There's Stark, I guess. But he's waiting in game 36. What is he doing in game 36? He's playing against Ra. Stark and Ra playing. Okay, wow. Oh, that was fast. Viper should verse SYA. I don't know, maybe. Why is Ra not playing another? He's playing Stark right now. Show the chat room. The chat room is kind of... I don't know, I don't have it set so I can actually show it. Because this is, let me see. Let me add a scene quickly. Monitor cap should work now. This is the chat room. Not much, really. Do 3v1. Viper's crying. Glocken flowers. That's about it. And there's nothing interesting. I'm not sure if they're gonna play any more. Raya's talking strategy with Stark. Maybe. One stream after. No, I'm actually gonna stream Richard versus Influenza after this. So if Viper's not playing anymore, then let me ask. No. Yes. Is Viper crying? No. He's making fun of me. He's saying there's no one he can play. He could play versus the computer. Yeah, that's a good point. Richard, you scheduled for like an hour ago and you were playing until beyond that time, so... You played for an extra half an hour. You can't actually complain and whine now, Richard. It doesn't work like that. But yeah, it looks like Viper can't find an opponent, guys. Have any suggestions that are actually legit suggestions? AKA not me. Let's try and get Hera to play him. He's the only one that I can see right now. Hera wants to play. Let's see if Viper will play him. Have him play me, but he has to stay in Feudal Age. Yeah, the thing is, last time I played Abu, and Abu gave me 8 of his sheep, and he stayed Feudal the whole game, and I only barely won. It was very hard. Yeah, it's a mechanical keyboard, so... Oh, Tafflebot! Hi there, mem. Have a nice day, and don't forget, no keyboard for you today. Oh, that's kind of... I'm not ignoring you, Glocken. Oh no, Rubly, don't crush. Okay, there we go. And we are gonna get a game. So, Hera and Viper. Viper doesn't like it because he says, I wish people would play fun settings. What does that mean? Fun settings. So, another game. No, I did. Let me check. I'm pretty sure. Was that the one that you were nudging me non-stop on? Because I might have ignored your account that you were nudging me non-stop on. That is very possible. Oh, I do. How did you get there? I wonder. You know, the thing is, if you get ignored, you're never getting unignored unless you remind me, because it just doesn't happen. So don't get yourself ignored. I have like 10 people. By the way, guys, it is Viper versus Hera next. Oh, this chat is too good. Anyway, game is about to start, and I guess we're gonna... Did I enable nudge? No, nudge is unenabled. You know, because you could make me a fan base. Thank you, Glocken. I appreciate the offer. Looks like Viper will be playing as Mayans, and we're gonna get Hera playing as Huns, because I've never seen Hera play anything other than Huns, but he's very good at it, and he's actually improved drastically. Also, better attitude compared to about a year ago. I don't know if that's just because he stopped talking as much, or he's learned not to say stuff that he thinks, but either way, he seems more mature. So that's all I can say. Good luck to Hera. He's playing in green towards the right-hand side of the map. I need to chat off, God. And he's around 2k to 2k1 in terms of rating, so a little lower than the previous players. But Viper is playing as Mayans this time, and he allowed Hera to go Huns. Oh, that trapped sheep. Oh, I wonder if he's gonna free it and cut it out. Probably gonna drop the lumber camp there and free the sheep eventually. We should start a campaign. Free the sheep! The trapped sheep! The poor thing! It's all alone! All its buddies! You know, all its buddies are getting killed. And it's trapped. Eaten alive, you know? It wants to be eaten as well. There we go. There's the lumber camp coming up for Viper. He's gonna cut that trapped sheep out and free it. Freedom for it. Of course, in terms of the map, his main goal is towards the side, not really far forward, very nice for him. He's got a nice forest towards the back of his base, probably will rush as Mayans, so we won't see the second lumber camp coming up, I think. But he could also go straight archers, I've seen it done. It's also, you know, a legitimate strategy, so then where would he drop his second lumber camp? Kind of terrible. I don't know where I would drop my second lumber camp in this situation. I'd probably Drush, because my wood is his wood is kind of just got that one nice forest, and the rest are really far away and really far forward. Going for his first boar now as well, and yeah. Okay, having a quick look at Hera's map is Lumber Camp is forward. Looks like he's going for a very standard scout rush build and bringing in his first boar now as well. I think he's killed an extra sheep maybe, I'm not sure about that. One of his sheep still on 48 health and going to berries and now as well. His main gold is quite far forward. That could be a bit of an issue for him. Excuse me, while my voice just, you know, collapses. And military buildings, well, I guess he could drop his archery ranges forward, forming a bit of a wall. He actually has a very Chinese wallable map. I've decided not to say wallable anymore for larger walls because people are like, that's not wallable, and I'm like, but it is by Chinese standards. But yeah, so 21 pop, probably scouts for Hera. He does not have loom yet, so usually if you can go for it, you go for the 21 pop scouts instead of the 22 pop. And without loom, you can definitely go for it. His sheep is about to be freed! Okay, the chat, yes, there is free the sheep. 2, 1, and the sheep is still inside because he chopped the wrong bloody tree. You need to chop this tree, Viper. Them ideas. Silly, silly ideas. Gotta get it right. Can't believe he's getting it wrong. Anyway, looking at his wood count and also his resources, if he wants to go for the drush, it's going to be a little late. He is going for it though. He's moving that bill forward now. No, wrong person to be looking at the resources of. My bad. His house is going up. I don't know why I did that. Anyway, so he will be able to drush very nicely. Anyway. The sheep is still trapped though, so sad, sad life for the sheep, and he's going for the gold nice and early. It's not like he is rushing with a civilization where, what was I thinking? I think I said something stupid last game or something. Anyway, he's, no, that was a Saracen game, so I didn't say something stupid. But he does have loom already since he is Mayans, so it's nice for him to get that gold nice and early. That means he's going to be able to make all 3 militia, and he's not going to delay his drush. And it looks like, is that a forward from Hera? He's going up to Feudal already, and it looks like he's forwarding. That's an interesting forward build. 21 pop forward with 3 vills on wood early. It's not something I see too often. Usually forwards you have 4 vills on wood early. I guess I've seen this from Yo, actually. One of the players I've seen it from. But I'm not sure how this will work out for him, especially since Viper is drushing. Well, he's going to find 2 of Viper's sheep. I'm not sure if he's going to send them to him or is he going to take them home. He's going to send them to Viper. Okay. No, he's going to leave them. He's going to do neither and just going to leave the sheep where he found them. And he's almost going to run into the TC. Oh, that's scouting. That is so risky. He didn't even see the TC. Like, oh, okay. Viper just found the sheep, walked back, and then they disappeared. That's going to be suspicious for him. He's going to find the wolf there. Well, at least the palisade. I'm not sure if he sees the deleted palisade, but he's going to be suspicious. I'd be very suspicious as well. And the forward is right next to his TC. I don't know, suspicious things are happening. Anyway, the drush has come into his berries now. Hera's berries, of course. Viper microing the drush quite well. The first Spearman is out, and it's going to be Spearman skirmisher forward from Hera. See how effective it is. Viper's resources, well, he's just clicked up to Feudal Age on 30 population, not taking gold, so he doesn't seem to be going for a drush FC. Only has 4 farms, is taking deer with 5 villages though. So, what could this be? Well, his gold's about to get towered. Looks like he's starting to take stone. Realizes that he's getting forwarded now. Probably sees the spears and the skirmisher coming in. Probably expecting that tower to be coming up on his gold. And there we go. Scouts out the tower with his Eagle Warrior coming back in. And he has the militia there as well. Kind of getting away with taking that deer still though, so that's a bit of good news for Viper. Gonna be forced off one of his farms though, not so good. And still not in Feudal Age, also not so good. And Hera's forward might actually do a lot of damage to him. Going to be moving his lumber camp now, since his lumber camp is under attack by the forward here, forward units from Hera. And does have a lot of food in the bag. Lacking a bit of wood, unfortunately, probably due to that harassment. Gotta be careful here. The deer, though, providing very nice food income, still has one deer left alive that he can take, and dropping the archery range now next to his TC, so he will be able to complete it. Not going to get denied there. Probably. Well, looks like it's a little too far from the TC, and the skirmishes are just going to sit there denying his archery range. Going to bring more villagers forward to finish that off, and also bringing his eagle warrior forward to deal with the skirmishes. A little unfortunate for Hera that he wasn't paying attention, taking a bit of damage on those skirmishes, and that archery range will go up for Viper now. Gonna have a quick look at Hera's base. What's he doing? Fairly standard forward build, taking more stone. Where are his villagers? Well, they're taking gold at the front for now, just so that he doesn't get any idle time, and we'll probably see him drop another forward tower soon, since he does almost have the stone for it. And blacksmith going up for Viper first instead of a second archery range. I guess he really wants to get the fletching upgrade so that he can win some fights with those skirmishes. Choosing range over, I guess, numbers here. Okay, second tower there, going up for Hera, not going to do too much, and he's run into the TC with one of his villagers there, almost losing it. Going to get it back to the tower, nice and safe, and that eagle warrior there from Hera, from Viper rather, being a bit of a nuisance to those skirmishes, bringing in his militia as well to deal with these skirmishes before that tower goes up. Once the tower goes up, the militia will die really quickly. I'm not sure what he's doing with them actually here. That tower is going to kill off those militia so quickly. And there we go. There's the tower, starting to kill off the militia. And it looks like Viper's found one more sheep and he's going to kill it next to his deer. So he's found his last sheep. The forward towers continue for Hera. Viper's going to throw up a defensive tower on his stone. That's going to prevent Hera from towering his stone for now. He does also have enough stone for another tower on his lumber camp. There we go, on the wood there. Bringing in some skirmishes as well as some villagers to fight off those skirmishes of Hera. Getting the +1 armor first on those skirmishes as well for Viper. Is this the new meta? I mean, I've seen +1 armor over +1 over fletching a few times now. I thought it was a mistake at the start, but now I'm starting to wonder if it's just because players don't have gold. I mean, I've seen them get it even when they have gold. Who knows? Maybe it's just the excess food income and he wanted to use it. And Viper now going forward with 5 villages as well, so it looks like it's going to be a bit of a counter trush in response to Hera's trush. Where's he going to drop the tower? Can't be too far back, but if it's too far forward, it's going to get spotted by Hera as well. And I don't like this tower. And this tower is kind of interesting as well. What's Viper doing? He's dropping palisades? I'm not sure what that's all about. He's gonna lose a vill here, maybe. Okay, so Hera now taking some damage from the towers there. His second tower did get denied as well. And he's just gonna delete it. Okay. He has forced Viper off of berries, gonna tower the berries now. Not so sure about that either. And Viper's tower is about to go up on his wood line. Viper has 2 towers on his own wood line, and that also covers the secondary gold, so if he wants to start taking that, he can. And Viper gonna wall that tower in nice and quickly to prevent Hera from being able to vill bash it to death. Hera has yet to notice the tower, so he's gonna lose some vills at this rate if he's not paying attention. And he's not. He's busy microing his skirmishes and trying to kill off Viper's villagers. Looks like Viper's actually stopped making skirmishes. I'm not seeing any more skirmishes from him. He's just getting town watch, and it looks like it's going to be a tower defense from Viper. Now Hera finally noticing, did not lose a vill yet. Viper's just going to re-wall that up, probably. There we go. Re-walling that tower in, probably going to move in and tower again soon. And throwing up another tower on the other secondary gold. I don't know if that tower's going to go up in time. You can see Hera coming in with those skirmishes. He's going to send extra vills to complete that tower, and the tower will be complete just in time to protect his villagers. Hera having fletching on those skirmishes, going to bring them back towards his tower, while Viper tries to take the tower down with some vills. I like the blacksmith placement from Hera though. He's kind of forcing Viper not to be able to go back to his TC past the blacksmith there. Viper would have to go around this tower, or he'd have to go all the way around there, so Viper actually going to send his vills towards his lumber camp on the left hand side instead. And second tower coming up for Viper, actually on the stone now. So that's going to cover the stone there with fletching complete for him as well, and forces Hera to move to his back stone, and I'm sure he's going to continue trushing in towards that extra, well, new lumber camp there of Hera. Another tower coming up for Viper, another tower coming up for Hera. I think Viper's tower should go up. He's got enough villagers building it, and he does have another tower covering it as well. Don't think Hera's going to get much here. Yeah, he's got to run. And Viper even garrisoning up the lower health vills instead of the higher health vills, which means that he doesn't lose any there. As a mill as well now, and is dropping extra farms. Having a look at resources though, Hera's about to click up to Castle Age, and once he gets there he's going to be able to make knights. He is taking gold. Okay, so he's taking his main gold now. That's an interesting farm. I'd actually bring a vill and just vill bash it, because why not? Waste 60 wood, right? That's always nice. Another tower coming up for Viper. Hera also throwing up defensive tower. I don't think this defensive tower is going to go up in time. That's a really interesting... Yeah, he's deleted it. But that was definitely an interesting... Viper's going to steal the farm? Okay. Well, that's another way of doing it, I guess. Steal the farm. Get the 60 wood anyway. Why not? Okay, so another tower going up for Viper, another defensive tower by Hera. That's a lot of villagers building it. I don't think Viper's tower is going to go up before Hera's tower. Kind of close. Yeah, Viper going to go back and palisade that in. That tower is actually going to go up almost at the same time. So, worth it for Viper, I would say. Meanwhile, back at home, those skirmishes still being a nuisance, picking off a house builder. He's still got those towers, though, from the defensive towers from Viper. And he's going to bring villagers forward as well. That's going to be quite a few dead skirmishes from Hera, since he's not actually watching his army back at Viper's base, because he's focusing on the tower rush coming in from Viper right now. Looks like a failed tower on the main gold there from Viper, and Hera now is up to Castle Age, and Viper's still in Feudal Age. So... double staple coming up at the front for Hera, and it looks like Hera's gonna win this. I mean, I'm not sure what Viper can do against this. I don't know, maybe it's not Viper's day today. Market going up for Hera as well. He does not have the food income, thanks to all those towers that Viper's built to actually deal with the actually make that many knights, I mean. But he does have a lot of gold, so he's probably gonna buy himself some food. And that will get him some more upgrades. He's only got +1 armor on those knights right now. And with this number of towers, I don't think that that's enough. He's only got one knight, he's building a second, and he's probably going to buy himself... Okay, he bought too much food. Well, yeah. That's okay, because he's taking so much gold. Siege Workshop as well for Hera now. And Viper's response, well, he's almost in Castle Age. Well, about to click, rather. Is building the market. He's now clicking up to Castle Age, but there are already 4 knights out for Hera with the +1 armor. I'm sure that he's getting, or has gotten, no, he's not getting more armor upgrades or bloodlines. Kind of surprising. I guess he's going for mass instead of tech. Well, he does have now 6 knights. He's going to have a battering ram to take down those towers as well. And... 64 to 43 population. Let's have a quick look at vill count. 44 to 43 vills. So they're not too far apart in terms of vill count. I'm not sure what happened to Viper's forward vills. Okay, he's taking stone at Hera's base. And now, wow. He's sitting under the TC with his knights because he knows that Viper has no vills under the TC. And if he can kill the TC before Viper reaches Castle Age, this is going to be really GG for Viper. There's also a ram coming in, and oh, this is so tough. And this is also quite brilliant of him to go for this. I wouldn't have thought of it. I mean, if you think about it, you're like, well, I have these knights, I might as well go and try and kill these vills, but Viper's got 3 towers, well, not 3 towers in this area, and 3 more towers towards the stone and the gold, and his Castle Age just got cancelled. He can't get a castle. He has no way... Oh, this is so bad for him. He's building a new TC, but... This, I'm not sure how many games Viper's played, but from when I started casting, this is about the 4th game. Castle Age again after getting a new TC, dropping extra barracks. Well, Viper just doesn't say die, I guess. Rather, he doesn't give up. And, garrisoning all those villagers up into his towers and trying to deal with those knights coming in. That's a lot of knights though, and he doesn't have quite enough towers to garrison all of his villages. Still gonna lose 1 or 2 or 3 there. While the towers almost go down. You know, there are enough towers that those knights are probably going to die, but those towers are definitely going to go down with those rams as well. He does not have any spearmen. He doesn't have houses. This is pretty much GG. Almost double the population for Hera now. I mean, like, sometimes I say there's no coming back. It's really hard for him to make a comeback, but that was the point of no return. And GG's called. So, Hera with the surprising forward and Viper not scouting it out. I'm kind of surprised that he didn't see it coming, but well played by Hera. Largest army 24 to only 6. Steals a lot of points off Viper and takes himself to 2k1. Not too much more to talk about. 49 to 43 Vilhai. It was really just harassment and preventing Viper from going Castle Age. Very well played, and that ties it up 2-2 right now. Are they going to play any more? That is the question. If Viper plays more against Hera, then I'm just going to change it to Hera versus Viper. Obviously, Viper doesn't lose in a mirror match, but well played, well played, well played anyway. Well, you know. What is Tafflebot going on about? Okay, let's try and catch up on chat. Sheep, blah blah blah, blah blah. Sheep barricaded himself to stay alive longer. Well, it's just delaying the inevitable, you know? That's how I see it, delaying the inevitable. Who forgot it was raided and rage quit? Hera equals, he was formerly known as Pro at AoE. Fletching is useless in skirmisher wars. I don't know. Having the +1 range is nice as well. Stuck sheep was a bad omen. Someone's smurfing on Viper's account. I don't think so. It was really lucky, but yeah, just the position of the forward and the fact that Viper somehow did not see it, and Hera didn't even scout. He's just so close to the TC, he could have run into it and he didn't, but he did play it really well after that. You think that Hera wants to run now? No way, Hera wants to play more. This guy, like, I talked to him, and he's like, Viper always says no when I ask him if I can play against him. And I was like, it's okay, just come, like, and try, see if Viper will let you play. And he's like, okay. So he really wants to play Viper. He's not going to run after getting points. He doesn't care about losing, he just wants to play. No problem here. Okay, what is that? Memb? Memb? What is that? MBL is not impressed by the game. Oh god. Okay, let's change the score. Wait, let's do 1-0 now, and we're gonna change it to Hera, and we're gonna give him his Canadian flag. Since he's actually gonna play more than one game with Viper. Finally, someone who's gonna play more than one game with Viper. Let's just double check. And since the best of 5 with the pride on the line is not happening, I'm gonna, you know, just change it a little. Viper versus the World, 2K plus, tournament name, there we go. And just waiting, well, the game's about to start. Plot twist, I'm Philippe. Hera is a guy, by the way. He's not a girl. Chat off. Let's do that quickly for once. Okay, so once again we have Viper playing in blue. Blue seems to be his color today. Usually he likes yellow, but today he seems to be liking blue. Down towards the bottom right hand side of the map, we have Hera playing up towards the top left hand side of the map, and it looks like Viper has refused to do a Hun War, so he's gonna play as random civ once again, this time as Japanese. And Hera once again going to be playing as Huns. Let's have a quick look at the maps. Well, Hera's got a pretty nice wood line towards the back. There is an oasis, which does make it only 2 trees in width for that forest, but maybe he'll drop it in a corner somewhere or something like that and get a little more out of that first lumber camp. Second lumber camp can go like around here as well. Very nice. Or you can even drop it forward at that forward forest since he's main gold there as well, and he will want to protect that area anyway later in the game. Also has his berries somewhat forward, and not too bad of a map actually. It's quite easy to wall. His main problem going to be his main gold and this forest at the front. Maybe some military buildings a little forward there just to protect that. And he can wall in towards the TC on the right hand side, or, you know, or even just have a building or two here, giving him a bit of line of sight there just to protect that area of the map. For Viper, he has a pretty terrible map. It's very, very open. He only has one big forest near his TC, and that's not even that close. And that is towards the back though, so it's not too bad. Hera now gonna find that already and gonna send Viper one of his sheep. Okay, I guess that was a scouting sheep that he found, and he's just gonna give it back to Viper. His main gold is really far forward. His berries are forward. Like, this is just such a terrible map. This is not a Drush FC map. This is a Drush Flush map. If you're gonna Drush at all, it's gonna be very painful for him. And looks like Viper will also return Hera's sheep to him sooner or later once he realizes where Hera's TC is. I'm expecting a drush into archers for Viper, just because the Japanese civilization is the only civilization, infantry civilization I should say, that gets their infantry bonus in Dark Age. Other civilizations, no, they're not, my bad. I mean, Celts are the only ones that get the infantry bonus in Dark Age. But rather, they get the cheaper lumber camps, mills, and mining camps in Dark Age. I don't know what I was thinking when I said that, but my nose is itchy and it's driving me nuts. Anyway, but Drush, really easy to Drush as Japanese, and you can still get up at a really, really nice time just because of the cheaper lumber camps and so on. Why do they return the sheep? Just to be fair, you know, and to be nice. Who is a memb? An angel. Oh god. Okay, so Viper bringing in his first boar now. No loom for him. Hera already has his second boar in. Where's Viper's? That seems late. He did go 4 on berries before the boar. That's an interesting play there. I'm not sure why, but I guess his barracks is going up now as well, so it's not a big deal. Maybe he didn't see the boar. I honestly have no idea why he played it that way. New metagame? Who knows? Viper running into the TC almost, but moving that scout away just in time. Oh, nice attempt to wall Viper in towards the TC with that palisade there by Hera, but unfortunately does not get it. He should be almost on his way to Feudal Age 22 pop. It looks like he's going for 22 pop, 2 farms down, and he'll be getting loom and clicking up to Feudal Age soon. Could go for the forward once again, or maybe he's just going for scouts this time. It's kind of hard to tell after last game. He does seem to have a very unique forward build. But given the fact that he's gone 22 over 21 pop, maybe we're expecting something like scouts this time instead, but I'm gonna keep an eye on things anyway. No, it looks like it could be just scouts this time. He's clicked up to Feudal, has not sent any vills forward yet, which is not so expected, right? But not making any militia. So I guess he's going men-at-arms 24 pop click up. Where is his main gold? Yeah, he's going to his main gold. He could almost go for that secondary gold just because it's so close to his lumber camp. I don't know. Anyway, going for main gold, sending 2 to gold, so it will be men-at-arms for Viper and it will be scouts for Hera, who is walling his vills in on the berries. He is dropping his barracks now, so it does look like it's definitely going to be scouts for Hera, 22 pop scouts. He will be about 2 pops of 50 seconds earlier to Feudal Age compared to Viper, walling in towards his TC with palisades as well to keep those vills on the lumber camp safe, and second lumber camp pretty much as expected as well. I'm almost surprised he didn't drop it like just a little bit further up the hill and then just wall in and then wall across like that. It would have been such an easy wall as well. Surprises, I guess. Maybe he's worried about a tower coming in, but he could have just dropped a palisade there as well. It's really easy. If you're gonna wall, then you might as well do it properly. Not sure what the idea is with this. Who knows? Maybe I'll never understand. But scouts being made already. Viper now starting to make those militia, soon to be men-at-arms. He doesn't quite have the gold for the men-at-arms upgrade yet. So he's gonna have to wait a bit for that. Not too long though. Once the 5th militia is complete, I'm pretty sure he'll have pretty much enough resources for the men-at-arms upgrade. No, he's making 6 men-at-arms militia? Well, Feudal Age is when the Japanese bonus kicks in with the faster attack speed, so I don't know. Okay, thank you, Cavalier. I don't know if you're being serious or not, because usually I don't stream at really high bitrate, but it is 720p, and you should be able to watch it on source even with slower internet. So, yeah. No men-at-arms upgrade. He's missing a bit of food. He's gonna just force drop and get the men-at-arms upgrade. There we go. 100 food, 20 gold, and 6 militia and a spearman heading across the map now towards Hera's base. Hera's got his scouts back at home. Just set the gather point to his lumber camp. He's kind of scared of Viper coming in and harassing his economy. Viper's scout gonna run right into those scouts there of Hera, and they're gonna lead. He's gonna lead them away. I don't know what he's doing. He's gonna lose that scout though. That's kind of unfortunate. And the spearman now gonna force Hera away, but the men-at-arms coming in. Hera's not on gold yet. He's now making the transition onto gold, but that palisade would have gone down so quickly if Viper had been— oh, there's a hole! There's a hole, Hera! No, this is terrible for him. He's now going to lose at least 1 vill, but nice quick wall there with the palisade, and now his scouts are going to go down really quickly as well. He's got to be careful though. Viper might run into the TC. Yeah, he's running into the TC. I don't know what's happening here. Losing 3 men-at-arms there to the TC, killing 2 scouts. He's going to run back in now, and it looks like the lumber camp is in the way, so he can't get past. I'm gonna slowly take down the lumber camp now instead, and does still have that spearman alive. In the meantime, Hera going to try and harass Viper's vills on the gold there, but he's got 1 on really low health, and Viper can basically vill bash that to death. So Hera's got to be a little careful there. Is microing his scout, but that's all already down to 3 health, and more vills being sent by Viper now, as well as the double archery range being placed down as well. And it looks like Hera's just going to send more scouts to Viper now to try and do a bit of damage, but of course we have the spearman there to defend the gold mining vills of Viper, and he's just going to patrol the spearman in that area, as well as probably keep those archers in and skirmishes in his archery ranges just to keep them safe. Means they won't get picked off by the scouts that come in before he has reached critical mass. And that's a lot of scouts, but Viper does get 1 of the low health scouts, and the Japanese spearmen are just so powerful, taking down 2 scouts there with a single spearman. Now going to release his archers as well. Looks like Hera will get 1 villager there, as it is all on its own, and another one? Almost another one. He should have gotten the second one. That's on 2 health. He is going to come back for it though. He really wants it, and he's going to get it. No fletching yet on those archers, so Viper's got to be careful. Yeah, I don't know about this. He's not focusing down the low health scouts. And he loses 1 archer so far. He could have lost a second. And he's also fighting uphill, but now Hera's going to lose the rest of his scouts, and that's not so good for him. Viper does have a... Ooh, did he not get fletching just then? Okay, interesting. He will get fletching in just a sec, I think. Nope. Okay. No fletching for Viper. Hera now also dropping his blacksmith and making the transition into archers. Looks like he did manage to clear up those men-at-arms in the end. I'm not sure how that happened. I was busy watching on the other side. Looks like they ran in towards the gold mine and he killed them with some archers. And let's have a look. Yeah, fletching is complete for Viper. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I just missed it. I can be blind sometimes, you know? It happens. Okay, now Viper coming forward to drop a tower on the main gold, and Hera gonna try and drop his own tower, but the archers from Viper are there, and Hera's not doing anything with his own archers. It's gonna force him away from that gold, and it's also going to deny or at least delay that tower from going up, but a lot of scouts there from Hera, so Viper's got to be careful. He's not going to get that tower up, not at this rate. He's going to drop a tower a little further back, going to try and micro those archers, but just too many scouts. He's really struggling against this number of scouts, with bloodlines as well, so even with the fletching upgrade and the +1 armor upgrade, he's still not enough army there for Viper. The tower's probably going to get denied, and Hera's own tower will likely go up before Viper's tower is complete. He's going to lose at least 1 or 2 vills here for it as well. There we go, the tower's complete. Viper's not going to get that tower. He's already lost 2 villagers. Looks like 3 vills dead. 4th vill about to die as well there for Viper. Hera does lose all of his scouts, but not a big deal for him. Hera has been taken off gold for some time, but I don't know if it's worth it for Viper. He's ahead in terms of food count, but he has less farms, so Hera's going to have more food income compared to Viper. And he lost 4 villagers for that tower. He's now 12 villagers behind Hera. That is a massive difference. I'm not even sure why he's 12 villagers behind. He lost a couple on his gold mine, I think it was 3, but that's still a hell of a lot of villagers to be behind, and he's 15 population behind in total. Okay, what are they going on about now? Stifler's mom. And against MBL, he won against MBL. He lost against Ra. He won against Chris in 10 minutes, and he's lost the last game against Hera. So that's how it's gone so far. Looks like Viper should be able to click up to Castle Age a little earlier. Nice sneaky raid here with the 4 archers coming in from Viper through the side of the map. Is not going to get a single villager, and looks like Hera's going to come in and raid the gold there of Viper as well. Viper's got to be careful here. He doesn't have enough army sitting on that hill. He's going to bring his army in now, but he might lose a couple more vills once again. At the same time, he's going to force Hera to garrison those farmers in. 1 dead vill for Viper, couple of dead military units for Hera. He's going to lose another one. So 2 dead vills for Viper. Hera's microing quite well. 3 dead vills for Viper. Those are vills that he just can't afford to lose right now. He's already behind in vill count by so much. He's losing his army at Hera's base as well. This looks like this could be a GG soon, as again, for Viper. I mean, it feels like he's been behind for so much of the game. It is Huns versus Random Civ, which is very difficult, but at the same time, he might be able to click up to Castle Age a little earlier than Hera. A little distracted, now clicking up. Hera's still about to click up as well, but so far ahead in terms of eco compared to Viper. I mean, if we have a look at the vill count, he's 12 villages ahead still. So Viper catching up ever so slightly because he lost another 2. So that's, I consider catching up after being 12 vills behind before. I don't know if Castle Age is going to be enough. Maybe we'll see a comeback from Viper, because right now it's going to have to be a comeback rather than, you know, being even for both players. Hera adding in a 4th archery range, gonna go cav archers now, which makes it even more difficult for Viper. I think at the start though, I've heard experts say crossbows are so much easier to micro just because of the how fast they shoot arrows compared to cav archers. So it's a lot easier to shoot and shoot the arrows and then move and then shoot arrows and move with crossbows compared to cav archers, because they shoot just almost immediately after you just click on a target, compared to cav archers, which you have to wait with. But the mobility of the cav archers make some better raiding units most of the time. Okay, so third archery range for Viper going down now as well. He's about to get hit on his gold again though with those archers coming in from Hera. Another dead Vil. One. He's running away with the Vils now. He's gonna run towards his nope, 2 dead, and he's getting elite skirm. Okay, crossbow and elite skirmisher, and he's bringing back all of those military units, and it looks like he's going to send those Vils just back to gold since he knows that Hera's probably left with his units. Going to send his archers forward since they are fully upgraded, and soon will be crossbows as soon with bodkin arrow on the way as well. I'm just going to leave those elite skirmishers, soon to be elite skirmishers, back at home to defend. And try and out micro Hera maybe. What is Hera going for? It does seem like it's just the standard cav archers. Viper running into the feudal age army of Hera already. Crossbow complete for both players and really nice micro from Hera as well. After catching Viper off guard, he's done quite a bit of damage, but now the elite skirmishers should be able to clear up these crossbows. He's gonna lose 2, 3... Okay, Hera's surprisingly not finishing them. 3, 4 Vils on his woodline though. This is not looking good for Viper once again. He's behind on army count. He's almost half the population of Hera right now. He's behind on Vils obviously as well since he's behind on army count and he's so far behind in population in general. And what can he do to try and even the game out? I just don't know what is possible. And now all those crossbows coming in from Hera towards the right hand side of the map, gonna clean up all those Vils on the gold. Viper still just has nothing protecting that. I don't know. This is GG. This big fight here where he's gonna lose all his Vils is gonna be the GG. Viper's army is out of position, he's bringing it back, but 1 dead, 2 dead, 3 dead, 4 dead. He's off gold once again. He's bringing him back, but Hera's just going to camp on the hill this time, maybe? Nope, okay. He's going to the woodline again, and it looks like no GG called yet. But 50 to 86 population, what is Hera doing? Sticking to the single TC, adding in Vils to stone as well. Excuse me. Second TC about to go up, and a siege workshop as well. And heading towards the woodline of Viper. Once again, where you can see all the dead bodies, and there are going to be even more dead bodies. The elite skirmishers are doing a decent job of defending, but at the same time, with decent micro, those crossbows aren't that scared of the elite skirmishers there from Viper. Viper's going to go forward himself to try and do some damage to Hera with just 8 crossbows, but it's not enough. And the cav archers even nailing the coffin there, raiding the woodline. GG. This is GG. There we go. GG called. He was about to lose all those villagers there, and he couldn't even clean up the army with the skirmishes. So Hera takes that 2-0 so far. 75 killed to 40 lost. More efficiency for Hera. I'm almost wondering if we should just see an Arahant's War at this rate. 35 largest army to 22. Economy-wise, Hera ahead. Didn't really get raided. Didn't take much damage. The men-at-arms, once again, nice idea, but not able to do much damage, and also ran into the TC as well, so that was really unfortunate. Did manage to pick off a Vil or 2, but it wasn't enough. Similar castle age time, little later Feudal for Viper. And 56 to 36 Vil high, so 20 villages ahead for Hera. Takes it to 2-0 for Hera. Okay, I'm back. Let's have a look. Which WCS match is on? I don't know what he's talking about. Having a quick look at chat because I missed the chat earlier. DSL was, oh, okay, that's kind of... Hello, Turkman, sorry I missed your message. I was kind of watching the game. The Japs have those awesome archers? What? Rapid fire upgrade? Like thumb ring? Is that what you're talking about? Blah blah blah. Bedtime for kids equals 9 AM. An Aussie. Yeah, that was kind of questionable with the lack of tower, but Viper's towers have kind of failed in the past, so maybe. Okay, Flu. Interesting way of putting it, Stifler's mom. He's earned Timmy's. Hera has earned Timmy's? Okay. Did he get ballistics last game? Like, honestly, I didn't even look. But I'm pretty sure that he had his... Did I have a siege? Yeah, I think he did. He seems to go for ballistics fairly early, so just by his playstyle, he probably did. Who's fat? Of course I am! You know, elite ballerina, 205... Did I say pounds or kilograms last time? Kilograms, that was right. Your rins anymore. What are rins? Ribs. Oh, okay. Viper's down to 3rd on the 1v1 ladder. Wow, yeah. Well, it's an interesting story, but the first game was Mayans versus Huns, and the second game was Japanese versus Huns. Hera's forward was really lucky, but he played it really well in the first game, and the second game, I have no idea what happened. Hey, Ash. Elite ballerina? I know, right? I've been drinking this coffee since like 10 in the morning and it's been 2 hours and it's cold and I still haven't finished it. Jesus. Anyway, Viper once again playing in blue. This time he is playing as Huns. Amazing. Towards the right-hand side of the map, and we once again have Hera playing in green towards the left-hand side of the map as Huns, as expected. Viper's already dropped like, I don't know, 60 points to Hera so far. And he dropped 21 points to Ra as well, so his ranking has dropped a little, but you know, worth it to play as Mayans and Japanese in the previous games, I guess, but he played them pretty badly. I mean, not the Viper that you or I would be accustomed to watching, at least. I felt like he was playing quite sloppy. Not the same level as you usually see from Viper. Having a quick look at Hera's map this time, he did get a little less lucky, and by a little less lucky I mean he has no wood. The only forest that is somewhat close to his TC is this one, and there are only it's only 2 trees in width, and there's an oasis in the middle, which is not so nice, but it's something that you deal with when you play on Arabia, the regular version of Arabia, and not Dry Arabia. It happens. Sometimes you get really bad maps. A Desert Arabia version tends to be much worse as well, and it is the Desert Arabia version of the map. His main goal is towards the back though, so that's quite nice, and I guess he can go for this forest eventually. I mean, it's so far away though. You almost question whether it's worth it to go for that. I suppose it might be just because of the placement of his main goal, but his boar runs back omens, guys. Bad omens for Hera, possibly. For Viper, on the other hand, he's got a small forest towards the back. His main goal is semi-forward. It's not a horrendous placement, and I'd say in terms of maps, I would rather have... But the gold is such a... I'd probably still rather have Hera's map. Just because this forest is not that big. You're not going to get a second lumber camp on it. The main gold being a little forward rather than back also hurts. It's so hard. They both have pretty horrendous maps, basically. Both have backberries, so yay. And it looks like both players will get their first boar in nice and safely. Having a look at the builds, Hera's going scouts. Viper's going something random. It could be a drush, it could be a forward, it could be a slam build scouts. I doubt it, but you know, possible. I hope he doesn't go for men-at-arms again. Okay. Hera is a really strong 1v1 player. How many Vegemite you have to eat to become 205 kilograms? None, because Vegemite's not very fattening. Oh no, on 16 plus on any other setup. He's in Wolfpack, new generation. Kind of, what, Richard? What did I do? Drinking cold coffee, oh. Well, 10 AM in the morning. It's now noon, so, yeah. Canadian has wood problem, yes. Everyone has a wood problem on this map. They both have wood problems. Anyway, where is Viper going with that Vil? Is it the Drush? Yes, it is the barracks builder. And Hera's gonna see it, and he's going to try and kill it because Viper has no loom. This is bad. He's going to get delayed on his barracks, and he's also going to lose a Vil. Viper is not getting loom. That scout does take a lot of damage, but he's delayed the barracks by about 40 seconds. And he's also picked off a Vil, so that is very nice for Hera. It looks like he lost a Vil to the boar though, so they're now almost even on population. He also did get loom. Yeah. Not a great start for Hera. That's not going to be a 21 pop scouts, it's probably going to be 22 pop scouts, so one more Vil. Oh, it's 23 pop scouts with that early loom. Okay. Viper with the barracks up. And he does have the gold already for the drush. He's going men-at-arms again? Really? He's going men-at-arms again. Oh god, Viper. Why? Even as Huns he's going men-at-arms. What is this? Is this a K-cab strategy that I've just never ever learnt? Or is this like archers or something? I hope it's archers. Honestly, but it's gonna be very difficult because he's only got 2 farms. He's already got 2 farms, rather. It's forward? Usually I don't see a forward. No, that's to build the lumber camp. He's not making any militia. So that's the good news. He's not making militia. He's going archers. Thank God. Thank God. It's too late. Okay. He's going archers. They should do Black Forest so Viper doesn't get rushed again. Have I ever managed to play a lag-free game? On Rubly, yeah. It's not very laggy at all. On other platforms? No, not so much. Unless you play with other Australians, it's not so bad. But yeah. Hera's gonna lose that scout, I think. Well, he's gonna be up to Feudal Age earlier, which means his scout's gonna be faster, and he's gonna get away, since scouts get a bit of a speed boost once you reach Feudal Age, as well as a bit more damage. The +2 attack. Very nice for him, dropping his stable now, and he's actually dropped his second lumber camp towards the right-hand side. I guess he's going to be taking this secondary gold rather than his main gold then. If he's going to keep all the villages in one area, that's probably what I'd do. But it is up against a cliff, so that's going to hurt the saturation. Maybe we're going to see some walls coming across here, and maybe archery ranges here. I don't know. We will see. Double archery range straight away from Viper, making a Spearman as well to counter the scouts of Hera. And now Hera's going to find Viper's scout, going to chase it. Viper gets the hill advantage, and Hera's probably not wanting to fight that now. Very nice micro there by Viper. 22 health, 230, and now he's going to run away knowing there are extra scouts coming out of the stable there, and he's going to send his Spearman forward as well. Sending more vills to gold at the same time, and running a little low on wood though, so he might need a few more vills on wood. He's actually sent extra to wood, and he's got the blacksmith coming up, so that explains why he's a little lower on wood right now, and he's going to send the Spearman straight to where the scouts are. Really, really not nice for Hera. He's going to run right into the spear, and he's going to be like, oh god, Spearman, and probably wants to either lure it back to the TC or use his vills to kill it. I don't know. Do something. Don't just run away from it. Well, apparently the plan is run away from the Spearman. And now Viper going to release his first 5 archers and send them across the map to do a bit of damage. Does not have fletching yet, but it is on the way already. And having a quick look at his economy, keeping that wood count really low, dropping farms as soon as he gets the wood income. And it looks like Hera's scouts still playing very, very defensive. He's got 5 of them now, so he can actually deal with the Spearman quite effectively now. So Viper's got to be careful with that Spearman now. I think it's more of a, yeah, distraction sort of tactic there, using the Spearman. He got a few hits in with his Spearman, so that's kind of worth it already. And the archers do have fletching, so it's going to be quite difficult for Hera to fight now without any skirmishes or anything. But he is getting the hill advantage, but Viper's scout is just in the way there. And Viper going to micro down those scouts really easily. He's got just enough, I think 5, but there is a skirmisher there, and he gets blocked in. Nope, doesn't get blocked in. Hera actually kills himself using that wall, and Viper going to kill off the last scout now with just... He only lost a Spearman and like 4 or 5 archers, and he killed so many scouts, and he got idle time out of the vills. Definitely very worth it for Viper. Very nice there, and now he's just gonna keep the rest of his archers back at home while he micros these 2, and still going to continue being annoying to these villagers, sit behind this forest as well, and harass those vills, chopping wood. One more scout coming in from Hera. No longer worth it to get bloodlines for him because he lost all of his scouts. And it looks like he's going to lose 1 more scout, maybe? Nope. Does take a lot of damage on it, and Hera's actually going to be towering at the front, just to keep that economy safe. So Viper forcing the tower there. He has Hera is taking the back main gold rather than the secondary gold, and has walled towards the right hand side as well. Good lord, that micro. Yeah, that should not have happened. It really should not have happened, but it did. And an outpost as well near the main gold, just to protect. Oh, is that tower? That tower's going to go up. Okay. Tower's going to be just completed for Hera, and Viper going to be forced away now, not really able to harass this area of the map. He has to get through the palisade if he does want to do that, and that's not going to happen. Sending 2 scouts forward now for Hera, but that's like 1 scout on 6 health. Vil bash it to death very easily, and there are no bloodline. It doesn't have bloodlines or anything, and there are archers back at home for Viper as well, so not a big deal. He might lose a Vil here though, because he's not paying attention, because he's coming in towards the main gold of Hera. 1 dead Vil, and looks like Viper's just getting a lot of idle time on those gold miners for Hera. Might be forced to drop a mining camp on the secondary gold instead, where he's a lot more protected. Viper gets a Vil for 1 archer, and he's just going to make sure that those scouts don't do too much damage. He has to be careful though. He has 2 villagers on their own on one side of the lumber camp here, and it looks like... Where did he send his archers? I don't know. Did lose all of his archers back at Hera's base though in the meantime. Is clicking up to Castle Age though, so I guess he sent his archers to his lumber camp and killed off one of the scouts. Not a big deal. Hera on the other hand still firmly stuck in Feudal Age. Did make a lot of scouts, and his food is basically at 0. He's in a bit of trouble. And by a bit of trouble I mean quite a bit of trouble. Hera, okay, that was interesting. Losing a scout for nothing. Looks like Viper's just going to keep his archers and his Feudal Age army alive until he can upgrade them when he reaches Castle Age. And I'm pretty sure that he knows he's very far ahead, because Hera made so many scouts and he didn't make a single one. And he also killed all of those scouts, so he's not really scared of them. Okay. Ooh, this could be bad for Viper. There's a... What is that? 6 six archers coming in with fletching, plus 2 skirmishes as well. He's actually sent his entire army forward right now, and a secondary army coming in from Hera at the same time. Padded archer armor now complete for Viper. I'm going to keep an eye on those 2 armies while they move in. And I think he's going for the woodline at the back or the gold. One of these armies is probably coming in for the gold, and the other one is probably going for the woodline right now for Hera. But Viper not able to pick off anything with his archers, just waiting for Castle Age now, and 2 extra archer ranges. So we have a total of 4 archer ranges for Viper. The second army from Hera actually unfortunately running into the TC, and Viper using villagers to deal with the skirmishes as well, going to garrison all those villas on the back lumber camp into his TC, keep them nice and safe, and he's going to run away with his archers at the front so that they live until he can get the crossbow upgrade. Bodkin's complete, crossbow upgrade is complete, and now he should be able to send those villas back safely and just use a couple of crossbows to defend. Should be transitioning into cav archers now as well. And his crossbows will be forcing those stone miners from Hera off of the stone. Does take a bit of damage from the tower, but now he's probably going to move towards the gold mine, which has also been towered by Hera. Unlikely that he'll be able to do too much damage. And Hera's going to bring his army back home, having a look, still in Feudal Age, not having the food count to click up yet, but he does have a lot of farms, so he should be able to click up within the next minute or so. But he's got to defend in the meantime, because Viper has got that tech advantage. Viper's not doing too much with it right now, just killing farms since Hera does have so many towers, but every little bit of idle time hurts, and it's a university for Viper as well. He's going to have those cav archers raiding soon as well, and the cav archers with their mobility are going to be a lot more annoying to deal with compared to the crossbows, although in fights it's going to be a little easier to deal with, I think, just because they're harder to micro compared to crossbows. Viper sitting under tower fire again, not paying attention, and looks like Hera did manage to force Viper off of that lumber camp once again. So Viper's just going to send those villas forward and build yet another lumber camp elsewhere, taking down that outpost so that Hera loses a bit of vision. He's not able to do too much with his crossbows, so he might as well do that, and that's going to make it easier for him to micro against this Feudal Age army from Hera as well. Sending his cav archer forward, so just Bodkin and padded archer armor like before for Viper, and not able to hit any of these units from Hera. Hera now about 30% of the way, 40% of the way up to Castle Age. Gonna garrison his TC as Viper's crossbows run past and pick off 2 of them. Let's see what Viper can do here with his crossbows. Losing 1 there to the archers of Hera. Very nice micro there from Hera. But now those stone miners once again getting harassed, and the extra range of the crossbows picking off 3 archers already there from Hera, but now he's gotten close enough that he can actually start picking those archers off. The cav archers coming in, having cleaned up that palisade on the right hand side and forcing Hera off of that wood line, and now Hera runs his Feudal Age army right into the gather point of where Viper's archery ranges is set, and losing them all to cav archers as he does not patrol. Okay, so having a quick look at resources, Viper's keeping them pretty low, so he's not able to drop an extra TC, going for the single TC power play, which is what you see very often in Arahan's War. Hera having the wood actually to drop an extra TC if he wanted to do so. I'm not sure where he just spent all of it. I guess he just made a lot of cav archer. Elite skirmish upgrade as well, okay. So he's got a lot of skirmishes. I guess that makes sense for him to go for that just because he's got so many. But Viper's going to get trapped here, unfortunately, since, yeah, that forest reaches the edge of the map. And he's just going to patrol there, realizing that there's not much he can do. He sees the skirmishes coming in. Now they're elite skirmishes, so he's going to lose this entire cav archer army. He's using a runner, patrolling in front, but, you know, it's just delaying the inevitable. He will kill some of those skirmishes, more than he should, since he does have that runner, but, you know, still gonna lose it all. In the meantime, though, raiding the woodline of Hera, 3 vills dead, with the cav archers almost getting the 4th. I believe Viper does either have ballistics, or it is on the way, since he has had that university for some time. I could check, but, you know, I'd missed some of the action, so I'm just gonna assume that he has ballistics, or he's gonna get it very, very soon. Most likely has it, because I saw a build-up of wood and then it disappeared, so there we go. we're going to see an extra TC. Nope, it's just going to be single TC for Viper. And now going to run away since he's gotten enough idle time out of Hera, and he's also forced these vills to be rather inefficient for Hera. Some idle time. More cav archers coming in from Viper from the other side of the map, and he does have bloodlines now. Going to pick off yet another vill, and that's what I'm talking about with the cav archers. They're harder to micro just because if you look at it, they stop, they pause, and then they fire the arrows. Whereas crossbows, you stop them and they pretty much fire simultaneously. The tower's already garrisoned up for Hera, just in case the cav archers are coming in, which they are. And Viper going to just sit under that tower with some of his cav archers, try and deny the other tower. It looks like Hera's going to call the GG, so another 2 dead vills, so it's going to be 3, and Viper just having the military advantage that game. Well played. Okay, so in terms of military score, pretty close for both players. 673 to 672. 48 units killed to 47 lost. It looks like Hera lost an extra villager to a boar. 49 lost, but Viper only killed 48. Buildings raised 5. Largest army 32 to 31. Actually, Viper with about 1.3k more wood, slightly less food, and 3k more gold. So the gold count, big difference there. Going straight for archers, very interesting play and not something you see too often. I guess it was because his barracks got delayed by so much and he lost that villager, so he just decided to change it up and go straight for archers. It was a very good move. That micro at the start of Feudal Age was amazing with those archers killing off all those scouts. I mean, Hera really should not have lost that many. I don't know what was happening there, but that really just set the tone for the game. And Viper winning 54 vills to 45. 1 to 2 now.